One night, one table, and two unstoppable forces. When progressive fire meets constitutional fury, the clash becomes unforgettable. What you're about to witness never actually happened, but it could have. An unprecedented moment unfolded in American television history. On a special panel program broadcast live on Fox News, host and former Judge Jeanine Pirro lashed out at Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, in a way that froze the studio, exploded on social media, and left viewers stunned. Everything began as national debates over the Constitution were flaring up, and two polar opposites found themselves sitting at the same table. AOC had already sparked intense discussions by stating that the Constitution should be reevaluated in light of today's values. But no one expected those words to echo so fiercely across from Jeanine Pirro. Even before the program began, tension was thick backstage. Jeanine Pirro paced with a copy of the Constitution in hand, speaking heatedly with her advisors. AOC appeared calm, accompanied by a young aide who was reviewing recent data on a tablet. But just minutes before going live, a behind-the-scenes camera captured a chilling moment that would shake the internet. Jeanine turning to AOC and coldly saying, "Sitting at the same table with someone who disrespects the Constitution is a betrayal to the American people." The first 10 minutes of the broadcast were relatively calm. The moderator gave AOC the floor, where she spoke about environmental policy, equity legislation, and systemic reform. Jeanine listened carefully, jotting down notes, but her eyes betrayed a rising fury. Then came the spark that lit the fire. When the topic turned to constitutional provisions, AOC stated, "The Constitution is a remarkable foundational document, but we can't solve today's problems with a 250-year-old framework. We're in a new era." The studio fell dead silent. Jeanine Pirro immediately set her notes aside, turned to the camera, and thundered her now iconic line. "You trashed the Constitution. How dare you sit here and pretend to speak for the people while disrespecting the very foundation that gives you the right to do so?" AOC visibly flinched. Jeanine continued, "Someone like you may sit in Congress, but the American people will never forgive those who belittle our history and trample on the values of this nation." Other guests froze. The moderator tried to cut to a commercial break, but Jeanine wouldn't stop. Holding up the Constitution, she addressed the viewers directly. "This document may be a roadblock for your social engineering experiments, but for the American people, it is the guarantor of freedom." AOC, however, didn't lose her composure. Looking Jeanine straight in the eye, she replied, "I don't disrespect the Constitution. I want to build upon it to bring justice to more people. Change is not something to be feared." Her words triggered a wave of applause from the studio audience. But in Jeanine's eyes, there was only one emotion: rage. Within 15 minutes of the broadcast ending, hashtags like "You Trashed the Constitution" and "Jeanine's AOC" were trending worldwide. On Twitter, millions chose sides. Some called Jeanine a hero defending American values, while others praised AOC as the voice of modern reform. A YouTube clip of Jeanine's outburst surpassed 5 million views within hours. TikTok users flooded the platform with satirical reenactments of the moment, yet deeper conversations emerged about the sanctity of the Constitution, the need for reform, and how public representatives use their voices. America was entering a new phase of polarization. As the controversy snowballed, Fox News was forced to issue a statement. "We value freedom of expression during our live broadcasts. The tension between guests was unplanned. We respect both individuals." But instead of calming the storm, this statement only fanned the flames. Jeanine's supporters felt the network didn't stand firmly behind her, while AOC's fans demanded Jeanine issue a public apology. The White House press secretary later addressed the incident in a briefing. "This country was built on civil discourse. Shouting to prove a point contributes nothing to our democracy." Though indirect, the message seemed aimed at Jeanine. Yet she responded the next day on her own show. I wasn't shouting. I was defending the truth." The debate raged on for days. Universities hosted constitutional panels, talk shows made it a comedic segment, and political analysts dissected the moment at length. But one question persisted. Do these televised clashes deepen national division, or do they reveal the truth? Some reports suggested that Fox News saw an 18% ratings boost following the broadcast. AOC gained over 1 million new followers across her social media platforms. Weeks after the episode, Jeanine's voice still echoed in the public consciousness. "You trashed the Constitution." It wasn't just a television moment, it was a reflection of America's political climate, a clash of ideologies, the power of media, and the pulse of a divided nation. And there you have it. A fiery moment that shook the nation and sparked debates far beyond the television screen. But remember, this story is completely fictional. None of the events, quotes, or interactions you just witnessed actually happened. These stories are crafted purely for entertainment, based on public personas and political themes, a dramatized reflection of real-world tensions. If you enjoyed this hypothetical showdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new episode of our political dramatizations. What side would you be on if this debate really happened? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and remember, not everything you see online is real.